Good morning, my lovelies. Thanks for joining me for another What's Saying Today as a vegan on Slimming World. If you're new here, my name's Leanne. Hiya. And if you're coming back, as always, thanks ever so much for doing so. I definitely appreciate you guys. Today is Wednesday, the 24th of February, 2021. And yeah, it's another very windy day out there. Quite chilly, but no rain. Oh well. For those of you who watched yesterday's video, you'll know I dyed my hair. I think the blue is showing up a little bit more in the daylight, but I definitely need to go over it again. The curse of having thick hair. Anywho, let's get on with what I eat today. Okay, so I'm starting my day with a little fromage frais yogurt. Obviously it's vegan. I don't want to call it breakfast because this isn't enough for breakfast and I may well have something else. I just want a little something now. So this is Tesco Free From Banana Fromage Frais. It's a new product that they've got, a little 4-pack of 2 of these banana ones and 2 apricot ones. Now interestingly, the 4-pack doesn't show up in the syns estimator, but if you put it through, this one comes out at 3.5 syns. That's the banana flavour, and the apricot would come out at the same. However, I know that this isn't right because they have the apricot fromage frais in a big pot, and the big pot is 400 grams, and it's already in the app at 4 syns for the whole 400 grams for the apricot one. So I'm pretty sure that the syns in real life will be lower than what it's coming out as purely on syns estimator, you know, like the nutritional value, because it's not taking into account what type of product it is. So yeah, I think 3.5 syns is overestimating it, but that's what it comes out as on the syn calculator, and therefore that's what I'm going to put it in as for now. The other thing I'm having is a coffee with 100 mils of Alpro almond barista milk in there, which is 1 syn for the 100 mils. So I'm on 4.5 syns already just to start my day. So I haven't had anything else to eat, and it is now 12:30 and I'm gonna go for a walk. So all I've had is 1 coffee and that tiny little banana yogurt, but it's just been a really busy morning. Anyway, so I am gonna catch up with you later when I show you what I have for lunch. Use that. So I'm home. Had a lovely, if brief walk, but my God, was it windy. So I'm just going to quickly throw a sandwich together for my lunch. I'm just going to make a cheese sandwich. I did actually stop in Sainsbury's on my way home because I wanted some tofurkey. I really wanted a tofurkey salad sandwich, but there was no tofurkey. So I'm going to have cheese instead. Sorry, I can't stop looking at my hair. Sorry, guys. Yes, it does still need some more on it, really. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just going to make this and I'll show you when it's done. My God, do I love a sandwich. So I've got 2 pieces of wholemeal bread from a small loaf. I'm going to use cocoa cheese, which is healthy extra A. I've got a tomato, I've got some cucumber, I've got some gem lettuce that I just bought, and I'm going to have a little squirt of the Hellmann's vegan mayo. Okay, so here's the finished product. Yeah, it doesn't look very appetizing, but it's going to be nice. So in total, I used actually a tablespoon of the Hellmann's vegan mayo. I think that's 5 syns off the top of my head. Obviously, I'll check in the app in a bit. I've used 60 grams of cocoa cheese, which is 1.5 healthy extra A's. Obviously, I've got a ton of tomato and cucumber in there, plus my little gem lettuce. And instead of salt and pepper, I went with the smoky barbecue flavoured nooch, which is 1 syn per teaspoon. I only used about half, but I'll still call it a syn because, you know, why not? And then obviously my bread is my healthy extra B. So I think that's about 6 syns, but lush. Hey guys, so it's now 7:30. Thought it was a bit earlier than that. Oh well, and I'm just thinking about some dinner. My sister, when I met her for my walk at lunchtime, she actually gave me a portion of curry that she'd made because it happened to be vegan, and she made a huge batch of it. She told me the things that she put in it that have syns, and I've had to sort of make some estimates. I'm trying to think how it came out in the app. So I think I allowed about 4 or 5 syns for it. This is what she's given me. It has a little bit of, she said it was a tiny amount of oil. It's got a little bit of coconut milk. It's got a little bit of desiccated coconut. It's got a few sultanas. and I had in my head there was something else with syns that she put in it, and I can't think what. Coconut milk, desiccated coconut, sultanas, and a tiny bit of oil. But basically it's got roasted cauliflower and sweet potato in it. So it sounds really, really nice. And then to go with it, I'm just gonna do, just for ease, a pouch of jasmine rice in the microwave. This is just 1.5 syns. So I always keep these in the cupboard because they're really convenient, like if you just can't be bothered to cook, basically. These are 1.5 syns. And if you get the whole grain one, it's 2 syns. Any of the ones with flavours tend to be more. They tend to be like 3 or 3.5, sometimes up to 5 syns, so do watch that. But if you get the plain ones, they're relatively low, so they're a really good cupboard staple to keep in. So I'm just gonna nuke that, and that's my dinner sorted. All right, so here is dinner. I'll put it in the app where I've estimated it, but as far as my daily dozen goes, I haven't done very well today, but there is cauliflower in this, there's sweet potato, there's spinach all through it, which is good. So that's my second portion of greens for the day. Happy days. I don't think white rice counts as a whole grain, so I've not hit my whole grains today, but yeah, not too bad. Oh my God, I'm looking forward to this. My mouth is watering, it smells amazing. Well, I don't know what my sister put in that curry, but it was gorgeous. I mean, obviously I had to estimate the syns, but it's not like it was a huge portion, so I guess it's fine. It's now like 10:15, something like that. I haven't actually even had a cup of tea after dinner, so I don't know if I'm going to bother now, because I do want to go to bed in a second. I just feel like today has flown by, and I feel like it's been really busy as well, but hey ho. I already had my snack, or like my treat thing, and that was these Peaks crunchy hazelnut squares. They look like and have the texture of Shreddies covered in really good chocolate, but they don't taste like Shreddies at all. They just they're a little bit salty and a little bit sweet, and they're just gorgeous. And it's 7.5 syns for a pack, so they're 150 calories or 153, I think. But they're really good. There's no palm oil in them. They're vegan, etc., etc. I just ordered some off Amazon. So I have a box of them. Like I said, I've already eaten them, but my packet was destroyed, so I'm just showing you a full pack. But I have a little box of them because I like to order things on my subscribe and save, because you know, it makes life easy. Anyway, and I do like them as a little snack because like they last for quite a long time, because they're they're quite crunchy and munchy, and you can just sort of nibble them. So they're quite, like, for me, I think they're quite good, like, value for 7.5 syns. Anywho, so I had them, and that puts me on about, I've already put my thing in the thing and I've forgotten it. I think it's 24.5 syns. Yeah, you'll see in a second anyway when I put it on. I think I've done awfully on the daily dozen today because I haven't even really thought about it. So I'll have a look at that in a moment and see how I've done. Must make more effort. One exciting thing today, you know, apart from the hair, is I bought the new countdown, of course, for Slimming World, and I got my pasta book through today. So Slimming World's new recipe book, Passion for Pasta and Noodles. So I've literally just been sat looking through this book while I watch Teen Wolf like a crazed person, and literally I was writing down, like, what I normally do when I get a new recipe book is I'll make notes of recipes that I really want to try. This is my list from that book, and it is this whole page. So yeah, it's most recipes, and there's only a few that I'm going to need to adapt. It does have a fair few vegan recipes. It's got some vegetarian ones that I don't know why they don't just write it a bit clearer. Because, for example, there was one recipe where it's a vegetarian one, but the only thing that was not vegan was when they said stir through some fromage frais. So why not say, like, in a little note at the bottom, to make this vegan, use a vegan alternative to quark, such as Alpro, Greek style plain. Like, why not say that? And then say how much to amend the sin values by, because they put other, like, swaps and things, you know, like, oh, if you want to use this instead, change the sin values by this amount. Like, they could easily do that, and that would make it a bit more appealing perhaps to people who are not, you know, who will only look for the vegan symbol and they won't look through like the other recipes. And it's such a shame because like you can miss out, you know, and I, you know, if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that I've adapted quite a lot of Slimming World recipes in the past. And I quite often adapt, hi Delta, I quite often adapt the meat ones because you can, you know, I'll replace with tofu or I'll replace with a vegan like meat substitute. And, you know, quite often, brilliant, you know, they work out fine. And it might be that it's not a very good recipe in the first place because don't get me wrong, Slimming World is somewhat variable. But, it, you know, anyway. Going off on a bit of a rant now, aren't I? But the point is, look out for some pasta recipes coming soon because I have found a ton that I want to try in that book. There are noodle recipes there as well, and quite a few of them involve rice noodles. Yes. So yeah, we'll be experimenting with some of those. So when I work out my meal plan, which I should have done today, but I haven't. All I've done is write down most of the recipes in the book. Anyway, it's nice just to have a quick reference, you know. So yeah, that's me done. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna even have one cup of tea. I might have, no, I will actually. Yeah, I can't go without none. So I'm gonna make myself a small cup of pucker nighttime tea right now. But that's everything for me. So yeah, I think I'm finishing on 24.5 syns. Check my little scrolly app summary in a moment, and that's that from me. It's weigh day tomorrow. I feel like I'm hoping, right, for a maintain. And the reason for that is because the last few weeks I've gained because I've just been all over the place, like emotionally, mentally, should I say. And anyway, you guys know that. I don't need to go into all this. But then this weekend, I was really bad, hence I stopped filming, because that's no use to anyone, it's no benefit to anyone. But then obviously I've picked things up again from Monday, and, you know, I've been 100 times better. However, it is only 3 days, and so I'm not sure if that would, A, counteract the weekend, which obviously was also since weigh day, and B, if it would counteract just everything in general. So it really could go anyway tomorrow. So I think a maintain would be a realistic and okay expectation to have. If I gain a little bit, I'm not going to be gutted because I know that I'm sort of getting back on track again now, and I'm feeling a lot more myself. I'm feeling a lot happier. Do you know what? You know how ill I was for a couple of weeks there? My glands are still up. But, like, I feel kind of all right. Like, you know, I've got a bit of a sore throat, but, like, nothing like I'm not ill anymore, you know, it's just, like, residual. But, yeah, isn't that mad for a few weeks now? So, anyway, so I totally forgot what I was going to say, and I feel like I'm going off on a rant. The point is, I won't be disappointed if I gain tomorrow, as long as it's not, like, £5, because, like, that would be really upsetting. But, yeah. That's all from me, and I'll stop waffling now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Book update as well. I'm reading The Sanatorium at the moment. You guys know I read a lot. I've said it before and I'll say it again now. If you like reading as well, or if you want to get back into reading, if perhaps you've let it lapse over the years and you keep thinking, oh, I must pick up a book, do it. Honestly, do it. I use an app called Goodreads that I discovered at the end of 2019, I think. And it's just a free little app, and you can just catalogue the books you read, and you do it by scanning the cover. It is a 2-second job. And then you can have a list of books that you want to read. You can have a list of books that you've read. You can set yourself a reading challenge for the year. So that's quite a fun task. So I've done that. I'm ahead of mine at the moment, which I'm quite pleased about. And also you can see reviews that other people have written on books and things like that. And then stuff, you know, like recommendations will pop up for you. And it's just a really fun little app. So it's a really nice way to get back into reading, or to start reading, or just to continue it because you love it like me. But yeah, I'm reading a book called The Sanatorium at the moment, which is somewhat creepy. I think it's going to be a true crime one rather than a supernaturally one, but I'm not really sure right now. So we'll see how it goes, because I tend to read like, oh, my voice is going. I told you I was still not quite right. I tend to read last thing at night. So I hope it's not too scary. Anyway, and when I say I'm reading at the moment, I'm actually reading 3 books. I tend to read various books at the same time. So the 3 books I'm reading at the moment are The Sanatorium, which is just a new like thriller. I'm going back through the True Blood series, so the Sookie Stackhouse Southern Vampire novels, whatever you want to call them, by Charlene Harris. Phenomenal. They're some of my favourite books. Sookie is one of my favourite lead females in books. She's awesome in book, Sookie. True Blood, the series, was good, and I love it. Nothing compared to the books. The books are brilliant. Anyway, so I'm reading one of those, I forget which, like 3rd or 4th one. So I just pick that up every now and then. It's like an old familiar, you know. And also I've started reading The 39 Steps by John Buchan, which is a classic. And the reason I picked it up was because it was mentioned in a different book that I read, and it was like set in the same place and it kept referencing. So I thought, oh, I'll get that one from the library. So I started reading it, but the problem is I keep getting distracted by other shiny new books. Who can resist new book smell? So that's where I am with reading, and I hope that's given you some ideas, and I'm going to go because this video is getting really long, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!